people say it all the time, don't they? On those kind of new wave of British heavy metal, NWOBHM sites, you know. They say, well, why didn't they make it? Why didn't Diamond Head make it? Yes. Why didn't Dumpy's Rusty Nuts make it? I think we know. That sort of thing, you know. And this is another band that people say, why didn't they make it? They were formed in 79, so they sit firmly within that sort of 79 to, I suppose, 83. But you could bring it to 85, because that's when their first album came out. They've been beavering away to do that. It was Briar. And the first album was called Too Young. And it didn't do as well as some people wanted it to. And people still talk about it. Still talk about the band from Birmingham in new wave of British heavy metal Facebook groups and other groups. And I don't remember it from the time. And that's probably because it's not... it doesn't have, for me... It doesn't have the reach that other albums of this time had. Shy, for instance. They really went for it, and whether you liked it or not, you knew they were there, didn't you? Heavy Petting, same sort of thing. Mama's Boy, same sort of thing. You knew they were there. They were covered in magazines and all of that, and Briar generally weren't. I don't remember them very much in Kerrang, unless I just passed over the page, but I used to read every page about twice or three times at that time, because, yes, I lived through it. Of course I did. Look at this beard. You know I did. So, I've listened to the first album, he said, trying not to sneeze. There you go. And it's all right. It has a kind of... It sounds as though it was recorded ages before 85 and only released in 85. Because what you've got is quite a lot of that pop new wave stuff, you know, that was okay and acceptable to be on Top of the Pops. It wasn't as scary as punk, in my view, and I've said this many times on podcasts. And on this podcast, in fact, Steve Swift's Rambling Reviews, the music industry said, look, we've got to try and make it palatable for the punters. We don't want to be too scared, do we? All right, then. Well, let's have this thing called New Wave, where you can have something like that, like the Jam. They're not too scary. They're quite energetic, aren't they? They're energetic lads, but, you know, you've got stuff like the Vapors and that kind of thing where you think, well, and the Knack, you know, they're okay. They're pop, really, aren't they? And we're okay, therefore, to support them. There's a bit of that in here, but there's a bit also of kind of pop rock, which doesn't really have enough rock in it to make me think I'm interested. I suppose if I did hear it at the time, and I may have done and forgotten, I would have thought, I don't know, not quite sure. So through the night as an 80s beat, and I was interested when I heard this big bass and power chords and gang shouts, and I thought, this sounds even a bit of Def Leppard style US vocal, big rock feel, big guitar solo, which is face front, and I thought, oh, this could be something that I've missed and could be one of those gems, you see. But then the tough riffing of One More Chance with a rock ballad feel as well and a big solo doesn't really float my boat as much. The popularly energetic Too Young itself it's okay. The double guitars are nice. There's AOR guitars in Two Hearts. It's poppy rock again. And the bubblegum chorus in A Day in the Life. It's rougher, but it's still in one ear and out the other. And it's about the songs. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there are lots of fans who are saying, but they were brilliant. What's the matter with you? I prefer Prisoners with its bigger guitars and kind of tight chugging feel to it. It is an open chart offer. The Friday Rock Show, all of that. It's sweet. It's a bit better than some of the others, but it's never going to make me think, well, they should have been where Def Leppard were, for instance, even though I didn't like Pyromania. That sort of thing. It's neither one thing nor the other. They're caught between two stools, so they're neither too rock, too pop, too new wave. They're a bit of a stew, and the stew is not particularly tasty for me. Certainly no dumplings in there, and I like dumplings in my stew. It's a bit too much carrot and a bit of spinach. But I've listened to it now. So that it's a kind of thing of, you know, that kind of I Spy book of new wave of British heavy metal. Collect them all. Or like a figurine panini thing, you know, sticker album. Oh, there's Briar, put those in. They're okay. I might listen to a bit more. There isn't a lot more to listen to, I don't think. But this doesn't necessarily float my boat. It's called Too Young, should I say. But for me, it's too all over the place and not enough rock. Ta-ta.